If you guys think stock trading is easy and you guys can beat a hedge fund manager on Wall Street, be my guest. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my dividend investing portfolio and how I can actually make money in the stock market and not go up against all of these hedge fund managers, all these professionals, a more probable way of making money in the game. For anybody that's brand new to the channel, my name is Bruce Wang, a dividend investor, and let's jump right into the portfolio so I can show you guys some proof here. So this is my entire investment in the stock market right now, sitting at just under $70,000 with a total income of $2,800 annually when it comes to dividends. If we jump in a little bit further into the dividends, this is my breakdown of my dividends every single month. Right now, I'm averaging roughly $230 in dividends. And without a doubt, my favorite brokerage that I'm using right now is still M1 Finance. That's where I keep most of my investments. I've used Robinhood, I've used Webull, and I still come back to M1 Finance because for me, it's the easiest and most passive way to invest. And I want to let you guys know on a little secret right now, M1 Finance is where I'm making the most amount of money as well. For the past few months, it's been a wild ride in the stock market, and I think the only thing we can do right now is to either pray and hit the like button if we want the stock market to keep going up. So my M1 Finance portfolio is sitting right now at $25,164.75. If you guys want to see everything in my portfolio, links are going to be in the description so you guys can see every single stock here in my consumer defense pie and in my technology pie. All of that is going to be in the links in the description. If you're just starting your investment journey, you know, $25,000 might seem like a lot of money, but if you've been in the game for 2, 3, 4 years, $25,000 actually might not be that much to you. But you know, we all start at $0 when we start a brand new account. All right, guys. And just like you, or maybe not you, I started with $100 investing every single week. And when it came to M1 Finance, it was a newer brokerage when I first started investing, but as I got more comfortable knowing that M1 Finance is a reputable company, that's when I started to invest a lot more every single week. So if we take a look at the chart here, I started investing with M1 Finance and I started with $100 on March 13th, 2019. And over time, everything was great, man. We're in a bull market and I just kept feeding my account and it just kept growing. Dividends keep reinvesting for that compounding effect. And just so happened, we all got hit with the Rona situation. I lost at the peak of this, it was like $12,000, and I lost about $2,000 on this portfolio. It was a scary time, but when it comes to the stock market, you cannot be a coward and you cannot have weak hands. So that's when I started to buy the dip, and I bought pretty heavily over the past few months now. And that is why my portfolio is sitting at $25,000 with a positive return. Luckily, the cool thing about this series is that you can go back to the beginning when I first put out my first video, and you can see all the changes that happen month to month and all the way up until now. This portfolio has changed a lot since I began, but for the last 3 or 4 months, this portfolio has been pretty stable and I haven't done much changes to it. And luckily I haven't. If I just gave into all my fears and emotions when the portfolio was down $2,000 to $3,000, I could have easily sold everything at a loss and I would have not seen any of those gains. But I stuck with it. You know, long-term investing is something that I preach a lot on this video. So because of that, that's why I think I'm seeing some gains now. So when it comes to my portfolio, I have 31 positions. My cost basis is sitting at just $23,000, and the current value at the time of this video is at $25,000. Unrealized gains is sitting at $2,121, almost 10% ever since I started. So I'm going to sort this out to the biggest gains, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm investing in. So the biggest gain so far today, I still can't believe the Tesla train is still going. The hype is just never ending and never dying. But what I do, I don't fall into for the hype. I don't buy into the hype. I just dollar cost average, and that is why I am seeing a 137% gain on Tesla right now, and I only own 0.7%. I mean, I only own 0.7 shares of it. My average cost was sitting at $600, and the value today is sitting at over $1,000. And my second best stock is actually not a dividend stock as well. It's Amazon, another tech company, another hype train that just won't stop going up is Amazon. Average price is sitting at $2,000. and I only own 0.2 shares, man. I can't do nothing about it, man. I can't afford one whole share of Amazon right now. And my total unrealized gains is $250, 40% since I started investing in it. Second one is, this is my all-time favorite, is Realty Income. This is a monthly paying dividend stock, and this is the one that I talk about almost every single other week on my channel. So I own 52 shares. Average cost is $53. So this is the one stock that I've been buying for the last year plus now, and I have a 7% gain on this. And with this one stock on M1 Finance, the monthly income would be $12.66. So with M1 Finance, there are two main advantages, and the first one is going to be fractional shares. That's why you can see me invest just 0.7 in Tesla, 0.2 in Amazon. Those fractions can make you big bucks, man. I made over $600 because of fractional shares just off of one stock. And the second biggest advantage is going to be the dividend reinvestments. I like to take all of the dividends that I've received from my portfolio and just put it right back into the portfolio to buy more shares for a compounding effect. And that has helped me over the last few months. If you guys want to follow me on my journey and see what I'm buying every single week, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the Wang Gang. Every single week, I invest a decent amount into this portfolio now. I want to show you guys my deposits and withdrawals only. So if we take a look back, man, you can see like 500 every single week, 700 every single week, 600, 300. There are no withdrawals. I never take money out of this. All the money that I put in, I'm never taking out here until this reaches like maybe $1 million portfolio value. It might take me a while to get there, but I'm pretty sure I can get there, especially at the rate I'm going. It's just going to take me a few years. One other new advantage that I want to share with you guys when it comes to M1 Finance is M1 Finance Borrow. So M1 Finance is allowing me to borrow money against my portfolio. I can borrow up to 35% of the value of my portfolio. So I can borrow up to $8,800 at a 2% annual interest rate. And this has to be one of the lowest interest rates that I've ever seen. I don't know of a bank. I don't know of any friends that would do it. I don't know of any family that would give me a 2% interest rate. Borrowing money is something that I don't normally do, but eventually I know there will be an emergency where I might possibly need to borrow some money. And if it's at a 2% interest rate, I think that's where I'll be going. I'm not going to be charging anything to my credit card because a credit card interest rate is what, like 17 to 20%. So with that buying power, you know, I'm not going to be buying stocks with it because I don't think that I can generate a guaranteed over 2% gain on any stock that I invest in. Paying for a wedding is something that I'm not going to be doing. I've already went through my wedding. I'm not going to be spending any more money on weddings. Starting a business, this is an interesting thing that I never thought about. So for anybody that is trying to become a YouTuber and start like an online business, I don't recommend borrowing money to do it, but money does help. All right, money does really help, especially when it comes to quality. Handling an emergency with this is probably the only way that I'll be borrowing $8,800 from them. I think this is the best way to go about it when it comes to the strategy of using it. Remodeling your home, this is something, again, I'm not going to be doing that. Refinancing other debt. This is probably the most likely situation that most people will be using this borrow money for, in my opinion. With M1 Borrow, you can borrow up to 35% of your invested portfolio at 3.5%. And if you're an M1 Plus user, it'll be at 2%. So that's the difference. For me, I'm a M1 Plus user. I've been an M1 Plus user ever since it came out. I have the card and everything, the checking account and everything. I don't use it that often, but the greatest advantage for me is the extra second trading window. So let's take a look at some other interest rates versus M1 Finance. A credit card, 17, I would say even up to 23% interest rates. I've seen it. I have some cards that have it. When it comes to student loans, I don't have any student loans, but definitely I would not be wanting to pay 7% interest rates on student loans. HELOC, this is something I'm familiar with. 5.74% is actually on the lower end that I've seen, but definitely I would probably do the M1 Borrow and do a HELOC if I had the opportunity to do that. Auto loan, as a personal finance YouTuber, I think you should be buying your cars in cash, and you shouldn't be buying a luxury car if you just don't have that type of money. When it comes to a mortgage rate, 3.75, I could pay that down a little bit faster, but $8,800, it's really not going to be that much of a difference. And the other thing that you will need is $10,000 or greater invested in your balance on your portfolio. And lastly, let's take a look at all of the dividends that I've been receiving for the last few months here. We're seeing greater sums of money when it comes to the dividends: $11, $4, $11. And when I first started, man, this was pretty embarrassing to look at because I was only getting a few cents at the time. You know, this is 1 or 2 months. Maine actually took 88 cents back from me. Don't really know what the situation was there. But let's go back till 2019. You can see it was only like 1 cent here, 7 cents here. The compound growth does work, all right? From my experience, it does work, and it just takes a little bit of time. And the faster you can get your money working for you, the faster you can get your dividends growing larger and larger. If you guys want to watch more videos about investing, real estate investing, you guys can go check out these videos here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification for more updates of when I'm buying stocks, when I'm selling stocks and all that. And follow me on Instagram, follow me on my second channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.